Good morning and welcome to Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. As I said, many people keep on asking the question, what is mindfulness? Is there a difference between meditation and mindfulness? Does mindfulness mean abstaining the way meditation does? Yes, mindfulness is not meditation. 90% or more than 90%, maybe 99%, and maybe 999 out of 1000% believe that meditation and mindfulness are interchangeable, that they are almost synonyms. They are not. Meditation is withdrawal. You cut off from yourself, from the world, and immerse yourself to realize yourself. Mindfulness is interactive, participatory, and being involved in the word itself. Meditation is withdrawal from the word into yourself. Mindfulness is immersion in the word without being sullied with the word. As a matter of fact, when I said immersion, let's be clear that it has a religious aspect as well. 3 religions believe in immersion: baptism in Christianity, Amrit in Sikhism, and Bar Mitzvah in Jewish. But that means absolutely in being involved and yet retaining your identity. So mindfulness is not meditation. Let's be very clear about that. So what is it? How to be an expert in mindfulness? How to understand what mindfulness? These are the $1,000,000 questions. So first point is that you should understand what mindfulness means. It means an ability to be fully present and also be aware of what is taking place both internally and externally. So here the difference between meditation and mindfulness is clear. Mindfulness means you are aware of your experiences outside and inside, and you try to have a synthesis of the two. And secondly, you allow these experiences to be what they are without being consumed by them or without being overly reactive to them. You are neither overwhelmed, you are neither disgusted. You take them as they are. You take the events, experiences as they happen. You perform your job, and yet it doesn't have a chemical reaction, setting your brain on fire or cooling it. So, this practice enables us to experience and enjoy those experiences. As you might remember, during my extreme painful days, I used to say, where is my pain? I enjoy it. Not that I enjoy it, but I understand. And the enjoyment comes in the sense that, okay, I'll conquer it. I'll get over that. So you experience different experiences, good, bad, indifferent, and enjoy life as it's happening. You're not waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now, here. You're not waiting for the life to watch, slip by, pass by. You're not a spectator. You are a participant. So that difference you have got to understand between mindfulness and meditation. However, let me also be clear that you can understand mindfulness and have every intention to do so without having a deeper understanding of yourself. Now, meditation is very clear. You have to understand your inner self, your reality. Here, you don't have to. You don't have to go in for the sort of a self psychoanalysis. This is a practice accepting on a regular basis what is happening and yet taking accountability for that. You are responsible for your actions, nobody else is. And you continuously apply what will be difficult. It is difficult to apply the accountability concept. So I have developed a very simple formula, very easy formula, and I call it the Magic Four. This Magic Four is a basic concept of mindfulness, and it explains the key principles as well as how to practice those principles. First is being aware. Awareness is the first part of this magic four. Awareness is state of being conscious of something to be aware of, that your attention is focused on what is happening in the moment, right now what's happening. And that includes your body awareness, your posture, and your breathing. How you are sitting, how you are standing, how you are lying, how you are walking, what are your gestures, how are you speaking, how are you breathing, is it forced, is it normal, is it natural? So all these things, your body, your actions, your surroundings. Are you in a room? Are you with the nature? Are you enjoying the flowers? Is the breeze blowing? All that, you're conscious of that. So this principle allows you to reflect and identify any barriers, any obstacles, or any beliefs that are keeping you from enjoying life in the present moment. Your beliefs, your earlier teaching, the conditioning of your mind, your thoughts, the attitude of the other people, all that's going to impact the present moment, and you're going to be aware of that. So, how to practice this awareness? You can practice awareness every moment simply by paying attention to what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you're perceiving, what your response. So, your perceptions, your emotions, your feelings, your thought, and your response to those feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, all that is to be understood. Pay attention to any tension in your body. Are your hands clutched? Is your eyes, are they wide open? Are you scratching? Are you hurting yourself? And things like that. So when you're paying attention to the tension in your body, you need to release it. And when you find yourself drifting either into the past or in the future, you're doing something and it's quite possible you would think what happened in the past identically, or what can happen, what can be the result of that. Notice at that time where your attention is. Is it to the present and is it to the future? And if it's wandering to the back or to the future, refocus it immediately on the present. Immediately. Because you've got to do a job. Do it or don't do it is something different. But what you're doing, you're doing. You have got to do it. So this can be done by refocusing your senses in the moment. Bring yourself up, wake yourself up emotionally and physically. Your mental, your physical, your psychological emotions have got to be there. So, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you feel? So, all the five senses, along with the perception, guide you back to the present moment. Bring yourself back from the past or from the future. Second part would be acceptance. Accept it. Recognize a person, a place, a process, an experience without conditioning without any colored glasses and without attempting to change. Recognize people, recognize situations, recognize problems, experiences, emotions, everything. And you just accept them as they are. Don't try to change. It is to accept someone and something for what it is without trying to control or change the outcome. And this includes another thing. You have to accept what you are. You have to indulge in self-acceptance as well as acceptance of the past events. What has happened, but is a part of your experience. So this principle is important because in order to experience life in the present, you must recognize that what is in their control versus what is not in your control. Things happen which are beyond your control, so ignore them. You can't do it. But what you can control, do that. I have seen a lot of people dwelling on the people, places, and things which are not in their control. And they worry what would happen if this happens. They are worried about the past, they are worried about the future, but they are not worried about the present. So all this interaction about the past, mental interaction, the past and the future, interferes with your ability to be present. But in mindfulness, you have got to be involved in the present. How to practice this acceptance part? You have to do it every second. Recognize when you're trying to control someone or something outside you. And surrendering to what's beyond your control. So accept whatever is beyond your control, accept it with equanimity, without any reservation. Don't have any reservation. Something is happening, okay. And that is why they say acceptance reduces half the burden. And then you don't have to control others. Well, my child is behaving like that. My spouse is behaving like that. My friend is behaving like that. Ignore that. You are not the conscious keeper of the world. So as you do this, you will feel that you begin to get better. Don't have expectations. That is what is acceptance. Don't expect too much. Accept what it is there. As human beings, I know we like to be in control. But you are not God. Don't try to be in control. And once you know that you can't change a thing, how it's done, and you cannot predict something which is going to happen, so you have power to do what you're doing at present. Be fully involved in that. Be fully immersed in that and do it. So aware, acceptance. Third is accountability, as I said earlier. You are responsible for what you're doing. You have to take ownership of something within your power and your control. Now here there are two things. If the thing is beyond you, outside your control, a shooting is taking place, you can't do something. So you accept as it is. But what is in your control is to protect yourself and, if possible, protect others. That is within your control. And if knowingly you say a shooting is taking place and you stand up and say, okay, I'll do it, and you are shot, so you are accountable for that. As you hurt somebody else, that's accountability. So you are accountable and you must take ownership for your actions, for not doing something which is in your control. But you need not take ownership of something which is beyond your control. And to be accountable is also to examine how you contribute to your experience. So, how to practice it? Hold yourself responsible for getting things done. How you think, how are you feeling, how you are responding. Part of accountability is allowing yourself to be vulnerable. But this is something nobody will say. But until and unless you are vulnerable, you are liable to be responsible and to be hurt. You cannot be accountable. So you should be clear on what your boundaries are. And the last of the magic four is action. Action is the process of doing something. It's to apply skills and to take steps that will help you move forward in the life, stay balanced, and achieve your goal. Action will help you navigate through the everyday stresses and return to the present immediately as and when needed. So you can practice action by creating a routine. A routines have to be set up for your success. See, I must get up at 3 o'clock in the morning so that I can write my article. If I don't get up at 3, the whole system is disturbed. So to be present here at this time, I have to have a fully planned routine and what time might I do what, how I do it. Even the routine, the process is a part of routine. The idea is to apply that to eliminate the reasons of our procrastination, delay. Those reasons are to be identified and move forward your job. Of course, one thing is there. The only way to practice these magic four is to begin your journey towards ultimately your inward journey, self-realization. What meditation does it, the end is the same, but the process is different. The idea is in mindfulness is to pay attention in every moment, every action, every experience, and refocus on here and now. Not once, not twice, but every time. Mindfulness isn't something that we do, it's a way of life. Don't try to understand. Meditation is something you do, it's not a way of life. Because you allocate, say, 15 minutes, half an hour. People say, I meditate for 1 hour in a day. No, but mindfulness is 24/7 experience. As long as you're committed to these four magic principles, you will find life would be much easier, much more enjoyable, and much more livable. And that's what we want, to be bettering ourselves. Try it, and believe me, you'll be happy. Thank you.